Cosmos Explorer, welcome to a journey of discovery as we delve into the heart of our solar system's captivating star, the Sun. In this video, we'll uncover essential facts about this celestial giant that has fascinated humanity for countless generations. What is the Sun? The Sun is a star. It is a huge spinning and glowing sphere of hot gas. The Sun is just like the stars that you see in the night sky. Our Milky Way galaxy has about 400 billion stars. The Sun appears so much larger and brighter than the other stars because we are so close to it, and other stars are really far away from us. The Sun is the center of our solar system and contains 99.86% of the mass in the solar system. All of the planets in our solar system, including Earth, orbit around the Sun. What is the Sun made of? The Sun is a huge glowing sphere of hot gas. About 70% of this gas is hydrogen, and 28% is helium. Carbon, nitrogen and oxygen make up 1.5%, and the other 0.5% is made up of small amounts of many other elements such as neon, iron, silicon, magnesium and sulfur. How old is the Sun? The Sun is estimated to be around 4.6 billion years old, while our Earth is around 4.5 billion years old. Astronomers believe that our own Milky Way galaxy is approximately 13.6 billion years old, and the universe is about 13.8 billion years old. How did the Sun form? Our solar system started as a giant spinning cloud of gas and dust that slowly collapsed under its own gravity. As the cloud collapsed further, its spin increased. Most of the material collected in the center of this cloud and eventually formed the Sun. The leftover material from the Sun's formation formed a rotating disk of gas and dust, known as the solar nebula. Over time, particles in this disk began to collide and stick together, gradually forming planetesimals, which later evolved into planets, moons, asteroids, and comets. How far away is the Sun? The Sun is at an average distance of about 93 million miles away from Earth. It is so far away that light from the Sun, traveling at a speed of 186,000 miles per second, takes about 8 minutes to reach us. Like all of the other planets in our solar system, Earth does not travel around the Sun in a perfect circle. Instead, its orbit is elliptical, like a stretched circle, with the Sun just off the center of the orbit. This means that the distance between Earth and the Sun changes during a year. At its closest, the Sun is 91.4 million miles away from us. At its farthest, the Sun is 94.5 million miles away. The Earth is closest to the Sun during winter in the northern hemisphere. How large is the Sun compared to Earth? Compared to Earth, the Sun is enormous. It contains 99.86% of all of the mass of the entire solar system. The Sun is 864,400 miles across. This is about 109 times the diameter of Earth. The Sun weighs about 333,000 times as much as Earth. It is so large that about 1,300,000 planet Earths can fit inside of it. Earth is about the size of an average sunspot. Is the Sun the largest star? The Sun appears so large compared to the other stars because it is so much closer to us than any other star. The Sun is just an average-sized star. There are numerous stars that surpass the Sun in terms of size. For instance, the red supergiant star Uy Scuti has an estimated diameter around 1,700 times that of the Sun. Another example is Vy Canis Majoris, another red supergiant, with a diameter that could be over 1,800 times that of the Sun. How hot is the Sun? The temperature at the surface of the Sun is about 10,000 Fahrenheit or 5,600 Celsius. The temperature rises from the surface of the Sun inward towards the very hot center of the Sun, where it reaches about 27 million Fahrenheit or 15 million Celsius. The temperature of the Sun also rises from the surface outward into the solar atmosphere. The uppermost layer of the solar atmosphere, called the corona, reaches temperatures of millions of degrees. The corona is the bright halo of light that can be seen during a total solar eclipse. How does the Sun shine? The Sun shines by turning hydrogen into helium in its core. This process is called nuclear fusion. Fusion happens when lighter elements are forced together to become heavier elements. When this happens, a tremendous amount of energy is created. This can only happen in places which have extremely high pressures and temperatures. At the center of the Sun, the temperature reaches 27 million Fahrenheit, and the pressure is more than 1 billion times the atmospheric pressure on Earth. The Sun converts about 5 million tons of mass into energy every second. This energy heats the Sun, and in turn, the Sun heats Earth and all the other planets. Will the Sun ever stop shining? In about 5 billion years, the Sun will start to run out of hydrogen in its core, and it will not have enough fuel for nuclear fusion. The Sun will stop shining. As a result, the core will contract under the force of gravity, causing the outer layers to expand. The Sun will become a red giant, swelling in size and becoming much larger than its current state. During this phase, it's likely that the Sun will engulf and destroy some of the inner planets. Does the Sun spin? Yes, the Sun does spin. Because it is a gas, it does not rotate like a solid. The Sun actually spins faster at its equator than at its poles. The Sun rotates once every 24 days at its equator, but only once every 35 near its poles. Does the Sun move in space? Our whole solar system, including the Sun, orbits around the center of the Milky Way galaxy. We are moving at an average velocity of 514,000 miles per hour. But even at that high rate, it still takes us about 230 million years to make one complete orbit around the Milky Way. What are sunspots? The Sun has a magnetic field that gets twisted around inside the Sun as it spins. There are places on the Sun where this magnetic field rises up from below the Sun's surface and pokes through, creating sunspots. Sunspots are magnetic and often have a north and south pole like a magnet. They come and go over the surface of the Sun and last from a few days to a few weeks. How big is a sunspot? The average sunspot is about the size of the entire planet Earth. However, sunspots come in a variety of sizes ranging from hundreds to tens of thousands of miles across, which are many times larger than Earth. Scientists measure the total area of all of the sunspots seen on the Sun every day to get a measure of how active the Sun is. Why are sunspots darker than the rest of the Sun? Sunspots appear dark because they are much cooler than the rest of the surface of the Sun. However, even though they appear dark, they are still very hot. Sunspots have temperatures around 6,300 Fahrenheit, while the surrounding surface of the Sun has a temperature of about 10,000 Fahrenheit. If a sunspot was alone in space, it would glow brightly. What happens during a solar eclipse? A solar eclipse happens when the Moon moves in front of the Sun as seen from a location on Earth. During a solar eclipse, it gets dimmer and dimmer outside as more and more of the Sun is covered by the Moon. During a total eclipse, the entire Sun is covered for a few minutes and it becomes very dark outside. The temperature outside also drops. That concludes this video. Don't miss out on our next installment as we continue to unravel the secrets of the cosmos. Be sure to like, subscribe, and stay curious. Until next time, keep your eyes on the skies.